A man who's been put on trial, not once, not twice, but 4 times for killing his wife. His children growing up amidst all the turmoil. What happened to their mother, and will their father go to jail? Cal Harris's defense team claims to have new crucial evidence, but will it be permitted in court? ABC's Matt Gutman has the latest.
Did you kill Michelle?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the fact that I'm sitting here and having to go through this is just a horror show.
For 15 years, Cal Harris had been adamant he did not kill his wife.
Nobody should have to go through this. Nobody.
In fact, he has given that same plea not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Neither a murder weapon nor her body has ever been found.
The first 2 guilty convictions overturned, the 3rd trial ending in a hung jury. Through it all, his 4 children supporting their dad.
It was unfair. We shouldn't have to live at home without both parents, especially because our dad didn't even do anything.
Today marking the beginning of Cal Harris's 4th trial. A judge granted Cal Harris's team's request to waive a jury, meaning the verdict is now in the hands of the judge. Okay. His team confident that new information they've obtained will finally prove Harris's innocence.
We had evidence at the 3rd trial that 2 individuals had burned bloody clothing in a burn pit about 7 miles from where Michelle and Cal live. We've dug up that burn pit and found physical evidence corroborating that clothing was in fact burned there.
Harris's defense pointing to evidence found this January in this outdoor fire pit, located in the home once owned by Stacy Stewart, the man the defense suspects was last seen with Michelle Harris the day she went missing. According to a filed motion, the items found by a forensics team include buttons, a partial shoulder strap from a bra, a knife blade, a woman's bathing suit, the latch of a woman's handbag, and 2 fragments of charred fabric, one dark blue or black, the other light-colored.
And those colors match the coloring of the clothing that Michelle Harris was wearing the night she disappeared. She had on, as was described, a navy blue golf or polo shirt and a pair of khaki shorts.
And now it's up to the judge to decide if the evidence is allowed to be introduced during the 4th trial.
Unlike with a jury, with a judge, you just need that one person to feel maybe there's not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And for the defense's perspective, that could be their best bet.
Cal and Michelle met in 1987. He was a millionaire car salesman and she a pretty office worker.
She was just a stunningly beautiful girl. She was fun. She had a great personality.
They built this beautiful home in upstate New York and had 4 kids. But things started to fall apart.
You know, I was running the business and working a lot of hours. We weren't able to spend as much time together alone as we had before. And so that started to put a strain on our relationship.
They decided to get a divorce, but they were still living under the same roof.
I couldn't change diapers. I couldn't be here, with the kids during the day. So I just tried to provide for her as best I could.
But then on the night of September 11th in 2001, a night when most families were huddling together, Michelle disappeared from the driveway of their house. You can hear her on voicemail. The growing concern of her friends as the hours passed. Police were called in to investigate. On this police videotape, you can see eerie signs of an idyllic family life interrupted. For the children, then aged 2 to 7, it was almost impossible to grasp.
So you don't have any memories of your mom, really? I mean, Taylor, you don't have any? You were 5.
Right, but I mean,
yeah,
15 years ago almost. It's a long time.
Their father was under suspicion.
I knew they were focusing on me. Whatever they asked for, I gave them. Phone records, financial information.
Police put Cal under constant surveillance.
How did you find out that they were tracking you?
I took my truck into my shop, and I had one of my technicians put up on the lift to service it, normal maintenance. And he came in my office a little while later, and he said, "You got to see this." We later determined that it was a tracking device that the state police had put on the truck.
And 4 years after her disappearance, Cal was arrested and charged with the murder of Michelle. Police said they found blood in the house, and they found a witness who said they'd heard him threaten her.
There's no evidence that he ever threatened her in a way that really caused her fear. People say things during an argument or a divorce that they don't mean.
Do you guys remember the first time the indictment came down in 2005?
Yep, it was pretty rough.
I felt like it wasn't fair because we didn't get to say bye. We just came home one day after school and our aunt, uncle, and our nanny were there and told us about it.
He had already been taken away.
Yeah, we didn't get to say bye to him.
He was put on trial for murder, despite the fact that this case was largely circumstantial. Still, a jury found him guilty. But just after the guilty verdict, a bombshell. A new witness, this man, Kevin Touts, coming forward saying he'd seen Michelle the morning after she was supposed to have been killed, arguing with another man at the foot of his driveway. Cal was granted a second trial, and again, he was found guilty. And astonishingly, again, the verdict was tossed out, this time because of procedural concerns.
Millionaire who's on trial for a third time for killing his wife.
During the third trial, a breakthrough. The judge allowed the jury to hear Tubbs' testimony, but he would not allow evidence related to a new suspect, saying much of it was circumstantial, while other portions were hearsay. That trial ended in a hung jury last May.
We got closer to justice, but we're not there yet.
The legal process, Barkett says, has led this once millionaire to run out of money, struggling to even pay a fraction of his legal fees, but he has high hopes about the fourth time around.
The last trial we came close. It was an evenly split jury, bitterly, but evenly split. And so we made some progress over the first two trials.
We need to know what really happened to our mother. We know our dad had nothing to do with her disappearance. We also know there are people out there with information who can help us get answers.
The fact that all four of his children support him is a very helpful fact, whether it is admissible in evidence or not. And that's something that this judge will certainly know.
Did they ever ask you, Daddy, did you kill Mom?
No, they've never asked me that. And I want to make sure that they don't ever ask me. I want to make sure that there's no doubt in their minds.
We feel like we need to tell people that he's actually a really great guy and there's no way he could have done something like this.
Did you ever ask him, what happened that day?
No,
Where
absolutely
were you?
not.
Didn't have
Why?
to. We didn't have any doubt he wasn't involved. He's been there for us through everything and given us every opportunity we've ever asked for and had our backs, and now it's kind of our turn to do the same for him.
The trial is expected to begin Thursday morning. For Nightline, I'm Matt Gutman in New York.